Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to part 2 of week 2. So we're going to get into the rules of engagement today. This is very important, right? I mean, without rules, not much gets done. And again, this all comes right back to systematization, organization, processes. Like it's all very simple stuff, but it's like complicated. It's simple, but it's not easy. I like that one. Let's roll with that. So let's get into it, shall we? Guess it helps if I get my number in right, don't it? 1. So be clear, simple, and concise with your scripts and your messaging. You're not going to talk to a plumber the same way you would talk to a CEO. It's just that simple. So know your audience. So let's break this down a little bit here. You want everything to be easy to follow. You want to make sure you're telling them what to do. You want to stay consistent. And you want to follow your blueprint. Without attachment. It's not uncommon to have to go to back to the drawing board multiple times, right? Everything sounds good in theory. Everything sounds good in our head. Once we put it into paper, it sounds good on paper. Once we start putting it into action, sometimes it just doesn't resonate with our audience the way that we were hoping it would. Sometimes things aren't structured properly. Sometimes it makes sense. It makes sense up here, but down there it doesn't. So don't get too attached. Like, stay attached to the end goal, right? You got your target at the end. Remember, sniper. You got that. Stay attached to that. The path will fill itself out as you go, right? And you'll see more of that when we get into the I think it's week 5 or so, when we start talking about measuring and quantifying and tracking all of that. You'll be able to see all of that. So you'll be able to fix it a lot sooner than you would if you were doing everything manually. Right? It's just that simple. When everything is easy, like, to make things easier to follow, you want to tell them what to do. People want to be told what to do. When we're breaking down our scripts, yes, we're going to be leaving cliffhangers, but in that cliffhanger, we're going to give them a call to action. We're going to tell them what to do, whether it's stay tuned for the next article, whether it's to go to a website link or watch another video or to make a purchase, whatever the case may be. Always tell them what to do. Again, you don't want them sitting there going, okay, now what? And you want to stay consistent with everything. You want to stay consistent with your messaging. You want to stay consistent with your system. Don't be running around picking and choosing when you're going to tell them what to do. Train them. They will learn as they start following you, as people are getting introduced to you, as your awareness is growing, and you're constantly telling them what to do. They'll get used to that. And they'll keep following that. But if you're not being consistent with your posting schedules, with your content, with your structure, you're going to lose people. And losing people costs you money. And we do not want that. Which brings me actually into consistent posting. Right? This is very critical, especially if you're playing the organic game. The organic game and the paid game is very, very powerful. But, I mean, again, it's not for everyone. It is what it is. So you're coming and going as you feel like it. You're not staying top of mind. This is a big one. lacking guidance. Too much me. And you're not making the time. So what does that mean? Allow me to break that down a little bit for you. Coming and going when you see fit. Well, if you're putting out content, if you say you're going to be putting out content Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you skip Wednesday, or you substitute Friday for Tuesday, that inconsistency, that incongruency is going to trigger parts of their brain. They're going to lose trust. They're going to lose faith in you. They're going to get tuned off, and they're going to get turned off, and they're going to tune out eventually. Not staying top of mind. You will constantly want to be in front of your audience. Constantly. 24/7, 365. And that goes right back to trying to pitch everyone. Pitching everyone doesn't work, right? Stay top of mind. Market more to less people. That builds familiarity. Chances are a lot of people out there aren't going to like you. They're not going to like your style. So pick your segment, pick your audience, and stay in front of them all the time. Lacking guidance to too much me. I mean, that comes right back to a lot of these points. I feel like I beat them up a lot, but it's very, very critical stuff, guys. I learned all of these lessons the hard way, and I would really prefer it if you don't learn them the hard way as well. That'll really elevate and accelerate your success, and that's what we're looking for here. We want to accelerate and elevate your success. So too much me in your marketing material, again, they don't really, it's hard for anybody to see you as an expert. They don't know how it's going to benefit them. They don't know how it fits into what they need to do, how it solves their problems, how it makes their lives better. And they just get tuned out. And like if you say that you're going to be putting out a blog, if you want to, if part of your plan, if part of your strategy is to send out a blog post or a video once a week or bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the case may be, on that day at that time, have that going out. Whether you like schedule it, have that going out, get it done early. Do not save it to the last minute. When you get it done early, see, I love getting stuff done early because what I can do is I can get it done. I can let it sit. I can review it and go, oh, that doesn't make sense. And I can redo it. And then I can go back and review it again. And I can go, oh, and it keeps going. It just keeps getting better and better and better each time review. Waiting for the last minute, things get sloppy. Everything just gets, again, that goes back to the welcome video and the getting lazy, right? Just throwing it together, hope that it's going to work while you fall flat on your face. And you're doing a disservice to yourself, to your clients, to your family, to anybody who's working with you. It's just not good. It's not good. 3, missing value. What do I mean by that? Glad you asked. Meet them where they are. Playing too many cards at once. You're overwhelming your clients and not stacking value. I did that backwards, but that's okay. We're going to roll with it. So, missing value. We tend to miss value when we're not meeting them where they are. You want to meet them where they are when they're there at that specific point in time. Always. A lot of people, they want the right now money. They want the people who have their wallets in their hands, but those people are too few and far between, right? Everybody is marketing to those people. Take 5, 10 steps back. It's going to take a little bit longer to get them there, but guess what? You get to program them. You get to train them on the way you operate, on the way that you think. You get to build that loyalty. You get to build that trust as you go. And that is absolutely huge. Think of it like a game of poker. You don't want to play all your cards at once. You don't want to put your hand out. So by not playing your hand too soon and not playing your hand all at the same time, what it does is it allows you to stack the value, right? You can give a little bit of value, leave them hanging till the next step. A little bit of value, right? So you're constantly, like you see, a little bit of value, leave them hanging. A little bit of value, leave them hanging. A little bit of value, leave them hanging. And all this does is builds anticipation. And that's huge. That's huge. You're going to get more opens. You're going to get more responses. Things are just going to flow a lot better. And the fourth rule of engagement, tell them what to do. All right, experiment with call to actions. Keep it simple. You want to keep in mind that marketing and know your metrics and track everything. Now, what does this mean? So keep it simple. I've beaten that one up and up. Experiment with call to actions. Say that your content is a combination of videos, written blogs, and images. Experiment with different call to actions in your pick 3 call to actions and rotate them between the 3 separate types of content. Maybe you're going to find one call to action works better on a different piece of content than another, or you're going to find a call to action doesn't work at all. And then you can come up with a new call to action and keep playing with that rotation until you find something that just, it works, it's predictable, it's reliable, it's consistent, and you're constantly getting results from it. Simple. The whole thing about marketing, the whole thing about putting yourself out there is with marketing, you just want to break even. Stop. Like so many people, they think that like so many people run around going, yeah, well, marketing, you're going to make so much money, you're going to do this. Well, that's a broken frame. That's a broken mindset. It misleads people and it hurts more than it helps. The whole point of marketing is on the front end, you want to be breaking even. Let the profit come on the back end. Instead of trying to go for that profit, if you can, I'm not saying that it doesn't work. You can make the profit on the front end, but it's going to be substantially less than you would make on the back end if you nurture and you converse with them appropriately, right? Know your metrics, track everything. Otherwise, you won't know what's working. It's very hard to know what's working, what's not, what needs improvement if you're not tracking everything. The beautiful part about technology and automation is a lot of the tracking and the reporting is done for you. It's as simple as a couple button clicks, pull up a report, you're on your way. With the inconsistent posting, that works for organic stuff, and it also works for the content. If you say that you're going to be sending out weekly tips to your clients, send out weekly tips to your clients on the same day, at the same time, consistently. If you slip up one day, down the road, when people are trained and used to you, it's kind of funny because they start freaking out. And you're going to get bombarded with emails and stuff saying, are you okay? What happened to you? Where'd you go? I haven't seen you today. I miss you today, whatever the case may be. And that's a very good feeling. And it comes back to them begging you to give you money and appreciative of doing business with you. So clear, simple, concise messaging. Be consistent with your posting. Provide value and stack that value religiously and tell them what to do. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll see you on part 3. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, morning, whatever the case may be. Cheers.